Live from Archimedes Station at the, oh God. It's 5 a.m. It's actually 5:45. Daddy's late, boys. Oh man, I make these ambitious plans to do this live stream, but these devs are killing me, man. It's 5 a.m. On Tuesday Newsday, I announced that the finals were going to take place at 5 p.m. or 8 p.m. And then, 6 hours later, they changed the time because people complained back to 5 in the morning. Fortunately, I didn't book a co-host, so no one was waiting for me. But we're 45 minutes into the battle, and actually, we're actually 35 minutes because there's that 10-minute waiting period. But so late station. Fire was like, melts AWOL. I was checking the stream chat earlier. There's a chat that goes on when the live stream's scheduled, so I'll eventually see the chat when it catches up with me. But anyway, let's not wait around. We've all been watching the playoffs here. The finals are finally here. TN1 versus NYC. The battle kicked off 35 minutes ago. As of right now, NYC is behind by 3 billion points. I think TN1 is probably the favorite to win it, right? They are the bigger guild. But NYC has overcome such issues in the past, and their organization is legendary. However, TN1 obviously no slouch either, and they were able to mass recruit players from all around the world to join the Super Guild. So, that being said, oh my God, Paul, that's a great idea. Good morning, Tiberia! All right, I'll have to work on that. Like a playoff of Good Morning Vietnam. It's not a bad idea. All right, I realize now I didn't have my camera showing. There we go. Let's jump into this part here. Okay. Details, Galactic Battle Champions Season 11 Finals. It is TN1 versus NYC going into the live stream. 3 billion points behind. TN1 leads the way. Let's take a look. All right, so before we start getting into the replays, first off, it's TN1 on the bottom. Okay, TN1 on the bottom, ahead in points, NYC on the top, and it looks like they have broken through TN1's Mega Wall. The current meta for Galactic Battle right now is to set up this ship-wide wall, like this artificial barrier, so that your opponents can't sneak past and just start blowing everything up. So, if you take a look at the middle line right here, this is the watchtowers. You can see that TN1 has set up some kind of barrier, at least. Looks like that barrier has been broken. NYC, on the other hand, didn't try to do the barrier. Instead, they've basically surrounded their strongholds and retreated back. Now, what's interesting about the retreated back strategy is so there's this thing about the Galactic Battle where aggression is rewarded, right? Generally speaking, whoever takes the first stronghold holds it and wins. It's very hard to... green screen. Good man. I wonder... was it this? Bear with me, guys. I gotta fix a green screen issue. Ta-da! Okay. So, it's very difficult for your opponent to remove a commander from their stronghold, as opposed to if you just commit a massive march, you can just take it and hold it and flood it with more troops and keep resetting it, assuming you're big enough, right? If your opponent has more max leadership commanders and they just want to attack or remove you constantly, then there's not much you can do. But you can see here we're already getting a taste of Hubarian. Okay, I look forward to this. So yeah, what are we looking for today? Well, ultimately we want to see a couple things. Does Battlemade make a splash in the meta? How good is Orochi? Is he only good against T12 HP commanders, right? Like the Orochi's big heal, right? Orochi doesn't hit very hard, and he's pretty defensive, and he has a big heal. So if you don't one-shot Orochi, he's just going to heal up at the end of the round, right? He just keeps coming back. Kind of like Elf, but he does it at the end of the round. So he's only really good against commanders that don't have a massive amount of burst, which is commanders like Elf, commanders like Stella, Tank Stella. I would say Hancock, but later in the round, Hancock does start start blasting everything down. So Orochi definitely seems strong against the defense meta. But we don't know how well that's going to scale against everything else. Like, can he still hold his own against Gilly? So we're interested in Orochi. We're interested in Battlemade, the new commander. I'd like to see some more Hubarian replays, but I mean, expect to see the usual suspects: Elf, Dragon Slayer, Gilly, Tank Stella. What else? Walkers, Pictor maybe. So let's just go ahead and jump into the replays. It looks like let's check timers and then we'll get into the replays. Let you guys know what's going on. So like I said, it's 5:50 now. The game's been going on for 45 minutes. There's 23 minutes left, and it looks like TN1's attacking NYC's left stronghold. They're not using Sui Hancocks between each march to force their opponents to run resistance weakened gear or to clear the Hancocks. So I'm not quite sure of the strategy on that. Maybe they just decided they don't want to mess around. They just want to go straight for it. Justin's running a interesting Rogers build, which is probably the way to play Rogers nowadays, with the super tanky T12 defense troops up front. And then the, Terror Space in slot 3, T12 HP in slot 3. That's interesting. And Stella, Dragon Slayer, Elf, and Hancock. Okay, so let's take a look at what the replays have been showing us. Chico, let's see. I guess I was gonna say maybe it's worth doing the shout outs. I know Gan and Butcher are on NYC side, old friends of the channel. Yeah, I mean, Butcher used to be my rival, like big time enemy on my server. He still is. He always gives me shit all the time, but he's old school, respect for him. So there it is. Squeezy used to submit quite a bit to Replay of the Week. He's still around. That's good to see. Flint is still here. Flint's taken a lot of flack from the community for not making the most educated choices in history. Players used to try to discourage kind of like how much he would spend and like his lack of knowledge, But I'm sure that's all changed. That was a year ago. Way is there. There's a few Gans. You'll notice a couple people have named their ship Gan, so that's an attempt to fool their opponent. Guar sending the coffee emoji. We'll do that. Let's do a little caffeine real quick. I'm gonna jump into replays, guys. Don't worry. And thanks for sharing the live stream. Yeah, I was supposed to be live an hour ago, and I know I'm supposed to be doing the replays right now, but once I go down that replay route, I'm going to stick on that for like 10, 20 minutes. So I want to get caught up with chat and then, mention the community players in the actual battle. Is that Johnny Boy? No, Johnny Walker. I was going to say, I haven't seen Johnny Boy in a while. I'm sure there's multiple Johnny Boys, but there's another Paul, not related to actual Magnum PI, Paul in the live chat. Paul's a popular name. What can I say? Mia! Whoa. Named after a commander. You don't see that too often. How many people name their ships after commanders in the game? That's actually surprisingly rare. You would think there'd be more shout-outs to the commanders in the game, but there's not. Like if I change my ship name to Gilly, it'd be kind of a dead giveaway, but... I don't know if I just missed a lot of ships on TN1 side. I definitely didn't keep up with player migration and kind of like the scouting system in Ark of War, players coming and going. So I don't really know who is on TN1. Is that Kaiser Soze from my old guild in God? That might be Kaiser. I know he jumped to a major guild. That guy was always a hard-working, smart player, so I'm glad to see he landed, at least in a high-end successful guild. Happy for him. Is that Dr. James G? It is Dr. James. Okay. He's definitely one of the coordinators of TN1. I'm sure he helped recruit all these players, many of them. All right, let's jump into replays. So when we go to the replays, we move our screen to the side because of loading issues. Well, Paul, you were the one that made me memorize it. Remember, it was you that said, it's Paul, and I was like, I don't know who that is by name. And then, well, it's stuck. So there you go. I love that Hormaker goes, no replay of the week this week. I didn't think anyone would notice, but of course people were going to notice. I was going to do replay of the week yesterday, didn't get around to it. Can't really do it, right? Because today is going to be a live stream. tomorrow's meme review. I could kick a replay of the week off on Saturday. Might do that. I've been messing around with the You Lost interview. I did an interview with You Lost for Zentown Heroes, and we had serious audio issues, and I haven't quite overcome them yet. I'm at this point where we were just going to redo the whole thing, but I wanted to scrap it. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to scrap it. It's just so bad. So bad. Kirkham, we are always watching you. What a creep. What a creep. I like it. Okay. First replay, Chico's Gilly versus Chinese Elf. Gilly shared the replay, and that's surprising. I don't expect Gilly to do too well here. Oh, all right. Gemini Andromeda, waiting for that fourth skill. Is it Wings of Eternity? It has to be, right? God, that elf heal is ridiculous. Resistance goes off. See that? Resistance trigger. Another resistance on the steam cannon, so that does work. Wow, Gilly with resistance is standing up to elf? Am I believing my eyes right now? What? $2,300. Wow, that's a big hit. Wings of Eternity. Non-violent resistance. Okay, man, and non-violent resistance doesn't do jack shit to elf. You notice that? Nothing. It literally hit for like, oh, it goes to Wings of Eternity too. But these HP builds on these elves, non-violent resistance just doesn't break through. Because there's no defense to remove anyway, but it's crazy. This is a surprisingly close replay because like Gilly's already lost half of her front row. So what the heck? You know what I mean? Like, how is Gilly supposed to win this? Because Chico shared the replay. So that means he had the top viewed replay, meaning that he should win. You wouldn't share a replay where you lose. Like, people did that on accident back in Season 3 and 4, and occasionally it happens here and there, but not in the Galactic Battle Season 11 finals. But, oh, there's the shot. There's the big shot. Okay, he does break through. There's the big shot. Oh, did I miss the trigger? Was it Gemini non-violent resistance? All right, we're going to watch one more time. Okay. Wings of Eternity. Gemini. No non-violent resistance. Oh, man. What the heck? He's one-shotting with Gemini. Did that seem off? That seems off to me. That just seems off. Don't forget to donate and get your free magazines. Man, I'm curious about Chico's Gilly build. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's the #1 replay of this whole battle with twice the views. We need Chico's Gilly build. So between each season, Galactic Battle Season 10 to Season 11, there's always this dead week. So next week, there's no battles, no playoffs, nothing. The following week, the next Season 12 picks up. So next week is kind of like the off season. A lot of players, quit for a week or sell their accounts or go play other games. But for me, that's scouting season. That's when I get down and dirty and start analyzing all the data from the finals, all the builds that I've kind of been knowing about and not really talking about. There's a really successful Pictor build with Tier 11 that you see it now and again, but it was made popular by a couple players and win, and it's something I agree that it's not my build to share, and unless it became public like they shared it in World Chat, then I wouldn't go into detail. But I've never seen anyone else do it. I did pop up a little bit in the last battle, but I'd like to see that Pictor build here so I could talk about it in more detail. But there's some builds that I go over and I review, and it's just the off season. That's when I get to work, right? So that way we can start off the next season with talking about the meta, just like we did Season 11. It's like, what is Arc of War today? Players that don't play the game but still come watch the channel, they're interested to see where the game is developed, because it is a cool game, right? Arc of War is crazy. I don't know if it's cool, but it's quite a story. It's quite a game. But anyway, I do all that research and I try to put that data out there so that players can kind of just see what the game's going to look like, what the builds are going to look like, and how the meta's shifting. So that's when we get to work. So this right here tonight, this finals, this tonight shit is. It's for the next week. We're just going to be researching, analyzing, collecting data, comparing data. I really like Chico's ghillie build with the resistance against Elf. It hit really hard. He'd survived some curses. I just need to see his gear. I imagine it's the same as mine, but I'd like to see it. If anyone knows Chico, let's see if we can't get the replay from his view, comparing the gear. Hormaker saying, we don't need meme review. You know, I say that every week. But then I do meme review, and I'm so thankful I did. The meme review is like my favorite show to film. Yeah, it always starts off a little cringe, a little uncomfortable, but it always ends really good. Yeah. Magnum PI saying notifications going crazy. By the way, this Dragon Slayer is crushing this elf. She ends up doing okay, but let's check our notifications. Yeah, someone spent $1,200 since I started this live stream. Someone spent $1,200 since I started this live stream. Who is it? Well, I'll give you a guess. It's one of those 4 people. One of these 2, I suppose. Oh, is my chat covering it up? Oh, well. Alright. Yes, I need Chico's ghillie gear. Alright, let's jump back in and catch those replays. So, 33 million to 40 million. TN1 leads the way. Let's check strongholds. Okay. 11 minutes left. TN1 still attacking. Justin's Rogers is still getting it done out there. I don't necessarily hate Rogers with the tier 12 attack troops in the back row. I think that's definitely the way he was meant to be played, because Tyrant Cometh is a combat damage skill. It just looks funny. Oh, look at this. Tank Stella with the tier 12 defense troops in the back row. I don't agree with that. That's a terrible decision. Yeah, I don't like that at all. You see that guy's T12 defense troops in the back row? I'm curious to see the replay and what's his rationale behind that. If he's just experimenting or if he actually has some data to back that up. Because ultimately, Stella needs to do damage with tear space or combat damage to kill troops. That's the only way she generates damage. Tier 12 defense troops just don't hit hard enough. And unless you're doing some kind of penetration build, which you're not on Stella, it just doesn't make any sense. Or it couldn't be Odad. I don't know. Okay. Wait a minute. Are you serious? Rizel saying Chico's ghillie gear in your PMs? That fast? Are you sure that that's the right build, though? From the replay we just saw? Check you out. All right. You ain't kidding. All right. Now, I can put this on stream. I realize now that the reason Rizel has this is because he battled him last week. Or this week. Rizel, you used to be in NYC, didn't you? I think you did. Anyway, going back to this ghillie build. And I'll pull it up. Let's see. I'll just pull it up on For some reason, my Bluetooth doesn't work on my Archimedes station. I've just given up trying to make it work. So now I just upload everything to Google Drive. And that just makes my life easier. Let's do... There we go. Alright, for those of you wondering what's taking so long. I'm uploading Chico's ghillie gear thanks to Rizel. He says, I'm still in NYC, damn it. My bad, dude. I thought you were one of the ones that joined up with SR1. I don't know. Maybe you went back. Could be. It is. It's a bit early. I won't lie. You know what's funny? I was up at 4:20 this morning. 4:20. Oh, opened my eyes. Laying in bed going, oh man, my back sucks. I hate my back sometimes. And then I'm like, all right, I need to get up. And I was like, it's fine. I'm awake. I'm just going to blink my eyes twice. So I did this thing where I guess I'm like a magician. If I blink my eyes twice in bed, an hour goes by. I didn't know I could do that. But literally, I blinked twice. And I thought, wow, I feel a lot better. And it was still dark, still quiet. Everything was normal. And I thought, did I just sleep? I checked my phone. It was exactly 5:22 or something. I was like, no, it's fine. I didn't. I was like, wait a minute. 5:22? Hold on a second. Did I set my alarm wrong? And check my alarm again. No, I just blinked twice and an hour went by. Anyway, I was looking for Rizal on the battlefield instead of actually pulling up the image. Let's see. All right. Images. Rizal. Thank you, Rizal. All right, so here's Chico's Gill from that #1 replay from the replay list right here. He does a Gemini shot that literally kills Gilly's front and back row with tier 12 attack troops. And it's just so impressive that I want to know how he did it. Because I know how hard my Gilly hits with Titans and Devastation or Destruction, and it just doesn't hit that hard. So here's the build. So in the world of, how could I say this? Combat damage builds, right? You don't use penetration, right? Titans are the end of the road. But there is like these tier 7 whatever ultimate things like Alcades and what's the new headpiece called? The Tanlang. So there is better gear than the normal builds I recommend, but it's not that much better. Like it's like you're really paying $1,000 just to have like a 5 to 10% increase. But what ends up happening is if you do it enough, and I'm looking at the other gear here. This is one of 5 images. He also runs, if you do it enough, it kind of ascends your commander to another level. Yeah, because you see what's going on here. Chico's got the more modern tier season 11 build with Alcades and Ambitions and Tanlangs and Overlord Pants is standard. While Rizal is running Maguel Pants, right? And then Double Titans, Devastation. So he's like, it's almost like he's one whole tier behind him. But you might say to yourself, you know, what is he getting for... what is he getting for the Tanlang? Well, the Tanlang runs 33% penetration, 22% damage reduction, right? Loses some defense. Minus defense, wow. 33% penetration. Attack and crit, raw attack and crit on the pants. HP, pure attack, and pure crit. Alright, so what we're looking at here is Chico's build is pure damage, pure HP, with a little crit thrown in. Then, for the weapons, he's actually carrying 77% penetration on just his weapons and helm. 77%. So when he doesn't trigger the non-violent resistance, that 77% penetration still hits really hard. The problem with his build is when non-violent resistance and his penetration gear goes off, it doesn't stack. So it's like you're losing out often. Interesting. Very interesting. There's no denying the results, though. He was able to one-shot Elf with a Gemini hit, not a non-violent resistance. So that's kind of the build going into Season 11. I mean, I'm not surprised by that, because how long was Titan going to be the thing? Well, I would be curious to see what the Titan build does in comparison. But I know that doesn't happen. It doesn't. And frankly, it shouldn't, right? Gilly Gemini should not be one-shotting an Elf, right? Like, this replay shouldn't happen. Actually, getting caught up in chat. QB saying, right stronghold taken. Oh, there's the plume. We got to come up with a name for that when all the ships leave the stronghold. NYC has lost The right stronghold. Okay, so TN1 is pushing the right side. This means half of the map on NYC side is revealed, and TN1 can start speed hitting indiscriminately anyone in that line of sight. TN1 on the left side, just a few more minutes left. This is not as hardcore as I would have expected the finals to be. Often the finals can be like just massive full marches, nonstop. I'm only seeing 4 armies in there at a time. It doesn't seem like there's 30 players lined up in there. That being said, there's possibly a gentleman's agreement. GAN's a smart player social. NYC's a storied guild. I'm sure they talked to TN1 and kind of like, before the match started, they, pulled the zippers down and compared and said, decent sausage, but not as big as yours. Let's go ahead and give you guys the win this season. We'll do a coin flip. Who knows? They definitely seemed like there was some kind of battle going on. It's just not the full-blown battle that I might have expected, or it's been an hour and maybe they've given up because somebody slept in and missed the first portion. Aftermath is here. Thanks for joining us, Aftermath. Okay. Deep down, I'm not too worried about missing the intro to the finals. I definitely would have liked it, but this is what we need, all these replays. So let's jump back into that. And if anyone sees any replays, save the replays. Save the videos, upload them to YouTube, send me the links on your phone. Let's get a collection of all the interesting replays. Things that shouldn't be, right? Like max leadership comms generally have the best gear and best sets. So they're usually playing the meta. All right, they have a lot of money tied into these commanders, $50,000 plus. So when you see a Dragon Slayer lose to Elf, that's when it's interesting. But we expect Dragon Slayers, Crushing Blow Shockwave to do really good damage against Elf and just be the end of it. So nothing too exciting here. Pretty decent Elf. She was able to get quite a bit of damage done. But we're going to work our way down. Okay, same thing. Yeah, nothing special here. 2-slot bust Dragon Slayer, just scoring points. Okay. Let's work down to Sparkles here. Oh, a tier 10 versus tier 9. Look at these guys getting it done. Oh. Man, tier 10 leads the way, boys. Oh, that's Healthy Planet. Oh, wait. Up. Whoa. Black, Deadshot, Gemini, best offense. Okay, so the thing about Black is that if you go Destructive Power, best offense with him and stack pure defense, not the tier 12 HP troops, which is okay, but not the same. Then you awaken defense, get that extra 600% defense. The black with penetration build becomes the hardest hitting commander in the game. And the only reason everyone isn't using black is because Dragon Slayer has Shockwave. And Vega has Shockwave, which makes them a little bit better. But because of black's defense build, he's also very tanky, right? So he's very tanky and he hits really hard. And he can't miss. Every time he misses, he does bonus damage. So it's 80% of the time. So it makes him incredibly powerful. We just didn't see a lot of him this season, which is surprising. And I don't know. Maybe that's just because the Orochi and Rogers and Battlemate are still good. Reinhardt's still good. That you didn't need like an offense commander that's kind of between Dragon Slayer and Rogers. But I was surprised by not seeing more blacks in play. Look at this. He's losing to Vega. But Deadshot's not the right build. You know what I mean? Deadshot is a Raymond double strike skill. It's not, and he's hitting the Vega heal. That's funny. This isn't the right build anyway. But yeah, he should be one-shotting way harder. But I was definitely surprised by that this season. Ooh, let's watch this new one. Oh, Queasy's king. Hopefully he misses. Yeah, he's dead. I was going to say Queasy might have got a big shot off, but no. Alright, where did we leave off? 75? Let's start at 75 again. Didn't we just watch this one? Yeah. Alright, we're going down to 66. How strange. Didn't I just click that one? Alright, Chico, 63. Oh, slow down. Okay. Gilly versus Dragon Slayer. Okay, so this is interesting. It's a 2-slot bust, but I do expect Dragon Slayer to trade more favorably here, which is possible. Oh my god. Did he just normal combat hit one-shot him? Okay, actually that's okay because that's a Dragon Slayer and they have low HP builds. But man, Alcade, Tanling, Gilly is sick. I'm going to tell you right now, I've done a lot of stuff on Gilly and infantry commanders because that's my bread and butter. Haven't done as much Walker as I should have, and I kind of was hoping other Walker commanders would get involved on that. And looking at you, Deranged. But I'm going to have to do another Gilly video. Because Chico, I think Chico just cemented his name in history. GB11 final. Chico's Gilly. Tanlang. Alcade. Attack. HP. Wings of Eternity. Wow. Freaking amazing, man. Freaking amazing. And I think he had 3-piece Herc. Hercules. Yeah, fantastic, man. That's awesome. All right, let's jump into AMG's replay. Okay. Oh, Justin's Rogers here. Let's see if Justin's Rogers makes a showing here. I don't expect... Oh. Well, that's embarrassing. It wasn't full March, but... Alright, hold on. We got some protesters in chat. Magali Paredes says, Galactic Battle prizes are suck. 7 Pirates could do more if they want more money. Trust me, man. Since this live stream started, someone in my guild spent $1,500. And it's not even, they're not even in the battle. They're just hanging out at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. on a Thursday morning. 7 Pirates, they're doing something right. So, I don't know. I hear you, bro. I hear you, but I don't know. It's not, maybe not the, oh no, misclicked. I don't know. Maybe your time is better spent protesting other things. Be specific. What do you want? 7 Pirates might be willing to listen if you tell them exactly what you want. All right, let's go to 49. Black, Light, Gemini, Battle Season. Oh, big shot. 127, 1.27 billion. Okay. All right, nothing really exciting there. Like to see Hubarian and Black kind of toe off or square off a little better. Oh, look at this. You guys remember Hancock? He finally showed up in this battle. Shield absorb, nice. Magnum PI saying, tell Gan I sent him 60K in star credits. I don't think... Actually, we need to do that, Paul. Paul, shit, man. I'm going to keep calling you Paul because now you're stuck in my head that way. King's Gilly also has Chico's build. I feel so bad because Chico's build, like, it might not be his build, right? It might be King, or it might have been someone else's, or it might have just been common sense. Like I was talking about the tiered legendaries and how, like, eventually, yeah, you're going to want these better items. Like, I'm not surprised by the results of his build, right? Like, I'm not surprised that a penetration attack accuracy weapon works better than just a raw attack weapon. Like, that doesn't surprise me. Okay? It's like, we all knew that. The Tanlang penetration did surprise me on the Helm. That actually, I'll say I was mildly surprised. But I also understand there's not a lot of great choices for Helm. So, it's like, this makes sense. It's just, stat-wise, it's, what is it? What do we say? It's what's weird about this is that, did they change this? Because it looks like it's 10% per level, but then it's minus defense. So it's like minus 10%. So it's almost 0 stats per level because defense is important. That's weird. This is the first 0 weapon. Or, sorry, helmet. You guys, you know what I mean here? You notice how, like, it gives +4 and +6, which is a total of +10, right? To damage and penetration. Oh, it's because damage and penetration are twice as valuable. No, that's not it, man. This is very strange. So it's plus 10 to stats, minus 10% defense, but the defense is actually minus 1% because defense is 10 times less valuable on my scale. So it's a 9% per level. Does everyone follow me on that? So you get plus 10 to the positive stats, penetration and damage reduction per level. But you also get negative stats per level, 10% defense. But it's not, a 10% of defense isn't worth the same as 10% penetration. It's more like 1% penetration is worth 10% defense. And even then, it's like penetration is still better. Anyway, so it's a 9% per level. And when it comes to helms, there's not a lot of great choices out there. There just isn't, right? Like you can do the, what's it called? The destruction helm, which is pure raw damage, which is kind of, you just want damage, but it almost just makes you too glass cannony. Like you just lose too much. You lose first row defense, you lose second row HP, and you're just getting attacked. But infantry commanders in the current meta are looking at the red pupil, right? Dodge, accuracy, HP, right? That makes sense, right? But it's accuracy, which your ghillie build, you don't really need it. HP and dodge is always good. It's not that much in those stats though, and both of them can be. Well, certainly dodge can be mitigated by guaranteed hit, like Elf, and everyone has guaranteed hit. But then you look at something like Tanlang, and you say, okay, is penetration important? Well, not if you trigger nonviolent resistance. But that's only 40% of the time. The other 60%, that penetration's good. You say, look at that damage reduction. Is damage reduction good? Well, you're a ghillie man. You don't really want to get hit. But you're going to get hit. So you will always get full value out of that damage reduction. So it makes sense, right? It makes sense, and it's obvious the results are there, and the penetration really does do quite well with Gemini, and you have to run Gemini on your gems as an infantry main. So, you know, I like what he's done there. I don't know whose build it is, but anyway, let's jump back into the Galactic Battle while we still can before I keep splurging about infantry. We need to give our star credits to somebody. Let's check the All-Star contest and see who to give it to. Because I think the winner gets something good this season, right? No? Remember, like, maybe it was the YouTube star. You get that special box around your name. Superstar, more. Nah, it's just bragging rights. Anakin, Chico, Keb. Wow, Keb's got a lot. Jesus. Rookie, Exo, Starper. I'm in the top 20? Oh, I'm in the top 26. Barely. Cool. I totally forgot about like the popularity contest during the Galactic Battle. Well, there's nothing for it. It's not worth. Okay, all right, hold on. Let's get back to it. 2 down, main base to go. Yeah. So in TN1's pushed the base. It's 6:20 now. Hour in. It's basically over. So we just need to. I think we have like 45 more minutes before they take the main base, so we can watch replays. Someone said. Whoremaker says go to 26 views. So I've got 29, 27, 26. Which one? It's quite a few. I'm going to start with the 29. Dragon Slayer with defense. Chico's ghillie. Misses. Should one-shot here. Doesn't. Interesting. Doesn't have crit with her, so this ghillie's hitting him nice and hard. There's the kill. Yeah, tier 12 defense troops on first slot Dragon Slayer. I understand why, because... Oh, here comes... Oh! Well, that'll wake you up. How come that hurts me deep down? I did not see that coming. Holy shit. That was a huge shockwave crushing blow combo. Wasn't even crushing blow? Okay. Ouch. Oh, here we go. Okay. Good find, a Whoremaker. So, tanked Stella with tier 12 attack. Oh, shit. Wait. Oh, he just got wrecked. Oh, he just got wrecked. Hubarian didn't even get to trigger anything. I did want to see a good fight there, and we didn't get it. So we're going to try that. Let's see if Mia's got a better replay. Mia versus Queasy. Mia preemptive. Let's go with the one shot. One shot. Shield. Break through the shield. Boom. Screw your shield, Hancock. I wonder if Mia is the name of the player, like her name is Mia in real life, or if he's just a big fan of the character in-game Mia. I'm not gonna lie, man. Mia's thick. You know what I'm saying? She got that afro thing going on. You look like you catch Mia at a disco at the right time of night, you might get lucky. 80s were a wild time, man. You know how easy it must have been in like the 60s and 70s to get lucky on like a Thursday, Friday night? You just go to like an obscure club and you know all the girls there are just down to just do ridiculous drugs. As long as you got like an opium den to go hang out in, you can just do LSD and smoke weed all night and party, invite over a dozen people. It was so easy to get. I don't know. It's not that like Tinder hasn't made it a lot easier, but being human's weird, man. I don't know why I'm trying to get into that conversation right now. Let's focus on the replays. Let's go back to Iron Man and John 99. I don't think Mia Khalifa is the right name. Wait a minute. Okay. Why I was thinking Wiz Khalifa. Is Mia Khalifa... Oh, God. I've seen some of her stuff. Was she in the CW shows? I think my wife watches those. Mia Khalifa. She's in Lebanese? She has a burqa on. Oh! Oh! She's not a rapper. She is not a rapper. I think I'm blushing. I'm like a little schoolgirl. All right. You got me. For those of you wondering, just Google Mia Khalifa. Hard-working woman. You know, I gotta say, sex workers are the least respected people in our society, and it's a damn shame. It is such a damn shame. I get why, Protestant, Christian, fundamentals of our society and being conservative is like something that's been the backbone of America, and liberal ideas shape the shape of America, and it's like our moral compass. But like, sex workers have always been treated poorly. And it's like, why? Do we need to break out the book of hard truths, like the fact about the majority of all men and women watch some level of adult pornography, and it's like, what would we do without these people? Do you realize how much mental anguish is relieved on a daily basis because of the hard work of these men and women, and they're just shunned and treated poorly by society? You don't think we have a class system in America? Walk into a room and tell anyone you work in adult films. Immediately, 90% of the people in that room will think you're low class and trashy. You're out here hitting the gym every day on your Instagram, trying to just look your absolute best to help people out. I mean, it's a healthcare profession. This is a weird rant. All right, so got a good one here. It's Dragon Slayer versus Rogers. And I'm expecting this to be the... Oh, look at that, the Mender bot on Rogers, Orochi's build. I expect this to be what we know it is, right? Dragon Slayer, penetration, Rex, everything, including Rogers, before he can get fully immune. Oh, man, I really should have checked the viewers before I started going off about adult films. That's a safe thing to do when there's like 10 viewers, not when there's 60. There are children. I think I did it in a wholesome way. I didn't say anything vulgar. Dragon Slayer, Shockwave, let's go. Boom. This poor Rogers, man. He's got to land a hit. You got to land a hit, Rogers. Okay, so now Rogers has gone immune. Okay, so finally Rogers gets to do some stuff here. Let's go ahead and fast forward it. Alright. I love this triple speed, right? One of the best additions to the game. Move out of the... Oh, I didn't... Man, I'm such an amateur. So I was thinking, I have this Zentown Heroes episode with You Lost, and I really want to... I want to put it out there and just kind of throw like a caveat, like, hey, this is the sweet interview I did with You Lost, but during the interview I had issues on Discord and Zoom, and the sound got all jacked up. And like the sound was jacked up from my Archimedes station. My Windows was going crazy when I was up north. And I don't know why. As soon as I brought it home, everything worked good again. And I work in tech. I understand how to work on computers. I've been building computers my whole life. I do not know what the frick was going on. Anyway, the sound got so jacked up. It would just ramp up and ramp down. Ramp up, ramp down. And I went through and edited it and tried to balance it all out and naturalize it. Bottom line is I want to share that interview because it's decent enough. If you have headphones on and you can adjust your volume and you really want to listen to it, you could definitely hear the conversation. We had a great conversation. I want to get it out there. I might just do that. I might just do like a secret release on Patreon. Yeah, I might do that. And just tell people straight up, like, here's the video. We're probably going to do another one. But maybe that's what I'll do. Alright, I kind of got distracted. What was I going to do again? Minderbot Rogers, Dragon Slayer, what was I talking about? Wow. Dragon Slayer eventually wins. Good for him. Any luck with the Hubarian replays? Gemini Ghost Cannon. Where's that Wings of Eternity? Come on, Bullet. Come on, oh. Well, he scored, didn't give away any points. I know you're trying to bait me back into this conversation, Hormaker. You know, I tried to abandon that topic. Okay? Tried to abandon the adult film conversation. And here you are, just dragging me back in. Oh, that was pretty good. Mimery? Mimery? Is that what they say? Alright, I'll say one more thing on the topic. And then we're killing the adult film conversation. I think it's absurd when I'm like on Reddit or Twitter or somewhere. I don't often use Twitter, but when someone mentions an adult film star by name, or like they'll have a meme, a picture of that adult film star, and everyone pops off like they know this person, like they're a celebrity. And then like deep down I'm like, why would you recognize an adult film star like just by their face alone? Like, unless it's one of the girls, right? Like if you're very much like into a type of girl. In my opinion, most of the girls in those films intentionally do their makeup, hair, and eyebrows so that they are unrecognizable except for their characters in those films. But they don't want to be recognized, especially outside of the industry, right? Like, trust me, in your lifetime, you've met many adult film stars you didn't know actually work in that industry because it's so taboo. Gotta be careful there. But the truth is that they aren't supposed to be recognizable except in their films. But people... Okay, that's not the best way to say it. That's like two different things. One, adult film stars don't look like they do in real life on purpose. Two, when people make memes and stuff and they make them so recognizable and that they expect other people to recognize them, it's just, I think that's a little crazy. Like Mia Khalifa, I definitely have seen her around. But there's this white guy that's a doctor. I think he's a doctor in like a lot of films. I'm not talking like Dr. House, those other films. And he's like this bald white guy. I see him on Reddit all the time. During like COVID tests and like people just sneak him in. And I'm like, I don't like recognize the guys, right? Like, so I just kind of have to assume who he is. And I'm not going to Google it, right? I'm not going to try and find his name in the comments because I know what I'm going to find. Salami, you know? It's like, I'm not... Anyway, it's a weird thing to look up at 1:30 on a Tuesday in the office. AMG versus... Oh, Orochi versus Stella. Okay, hold on. Slow down, everyone. Slow down. AMG... just absolute legend in the Arc War scene. Has an Orochi build, tier 12 HP troops. I like the troops, like the concept. Okay, Orochi was always supposed to be an HP terror space attacker. Stella, on the other hand, is doing a damage build. Don't like that on Stella. She should be doing tank gear. So, Orochi just needs to survive a round and then he recovers. And then he burns down with corrosive acid and tear space. That's his damage source. Stella doesn't have the burst damage to one shot in a round, so Orochi's heals should fill him up. I'm expecting Orochi to end up having full slots by the time this is done, because he doesn't kill troops fast enough to end the fight in 1 round, 2 rounds. So he will heal up 2 or 3 times before he ever finishes a fight, and his opponent's troops will be really low in number. So any damage he takes is not going to be significant. He might only lose 100 or 200 troops. Okay, I'm going to fast forward this. Orochi, what are you rocking here? It's Hercules, right? Is it the 5-piece or the 3-piece, though? I want to see if he gets that frost armor. Because he has corroded armor. It's like one of the few commanders that definitely could benefit from the 5-piece Herc. Whoa, to 30 defensive stance. Wow, Roger's 30 defensive stance. With Orochi's Menderbot. Oh my god, dude, that's so expensive. This is like AMG going all in on Roger's defensive stance on a released Rogers event with Orochi, on the off chance that it actually might work and Orochi might become the new de facto tier 12 airship defense commander. And he was right. And he was right. Whoa. Orochi. Okay, that's going to be an off-season build. AMG's Orochi. Defensive stance. I need his gear. Can someone give me his gear? Rizel, I'm looking at you because you seem to be a man of many resources. Defensive stance. I didn't see the Hercules trigger. He might be using like a couple 2 and 3-piece sets. You know, sometimes they'll do like 4-piece Scorpio, 4-piece Gemini, 3-piece Herc, 2-piece Libra, 2-piece Virgo or whatever. Oh, there's the dual blades. Wow. I missed that. This Tron Stella has dual blades. That is the most powerful. Look, he's resisting it. Stella with dual blades. Duh, that's the cornerstone of this anti-tank build. But she doesn't have the tear space damage. I think Tron just chose the wrong troops here. This shouldn't have went the way it went. She doesn't have HP build. Look at, she's not hit. Oh, the defensive stance. That's right. It's hard to tell because he has Orochi's defense stance on. I am. Wow, man. Look at that heal. She just doesn't have enough dual blades or tear space damage. Very impressive. Wow. All right, let's go ahead and fast forward it. I need AMG's Orochis. Need gear. Dude. I'm just thinking, there's obviously some new tank gear. Is the new shield in the game yet? I know they added it to the game. I just don't know if it's been made available yet. I bet in the off-season they'll drop it. MWS263 says, what about 2 Titans, Fearless, Valkyrie, and Shadow, gemmed with 2 Leo, 2 Sagittarius, Gemini, and Scorpio, with Breakdown on Orochi? Alright, so MWS is basically saying, because Orochi doesn't have enough damage, put 2 Titans on him. Valkyrie for HP, Shadow for HP and resistance weaken, and Fearless for HP damage reduction. 2 Leo, 2 Sag. So Gemini and Scorpio for guaranteed hit and breakdown. So what the problem with your concept is that you're min-maxing the wrong skills, right? Orochi's damage comes from his survivability. Orochi gets that corrosive armor and he debuffs his opponent. So the more he can survive and the more he can debuff his opponent, the more damage he does. So that's 1. 2, he has a heal that keeps him around longer. Okay, that heal, that Menderbot. So the more he survives, the more he hits Menderbot, the more he hits corrosive armor. Okay, none of those skills are going to benefit Titans. Titans increase your damage. Breakdown, the more damage you do, the more damage Breakdown does. Tyrant Cometh with Rogers. Okay, the reason people put Titans on Rogers is because he would scale with his Tyrant Cometh. Orochi doesn't have any of that. Orochi doesn't use combat damage. So you abandoned the attack damage. You abandoned the Scorpio Gemini. It's not to say that Scorpio Gemini can't be used with the tier 12 HP troops and just normal HP tear space damage. It's just that you need to focus on min-maxing the skills that your commander has, and that is survival. The more you survive, the better you do. So I just don't like the Titans on that build. Everything else is fine. It's just that you might do better with double shields because you increase your HP 200% per shield, defense 200% per shield, whatever. So, yeah. Yeah, the new Assault Shield's amazing. I think some people are behind on chat, like the live stream, so I'm catching things off time. Anyway, so that was a great replay there. I need to see that gear, though. Yeah, I need to see that gear. Okay. I'm trying to see. Let's start at this one. All right, we're going to do K's replay. Oh, Crushing Blow Shockwave, 1 slot bust. Oh, no! Could have been worse. Definitely could have been worse. Listen, I don't think that your concept for Orochi won't work, right? I don't think that 2 Titans on Orochi is bad, right? It's just that if you're going to convince somebody that spent $50,000 to $100,000 on their commander, what is the absolute best build, so that if you do go full tilt, you know, full march on somebody, what's the best way to kill the most amount of them and lose the least amount of troops? It's to min-max the skills that you're given. And I think that you'll probably win, you know, 3 out of 5 battles or 3 out of 10 battles if you're, you know, defender. And you'll find some success with any commander build and skills. A lot of that comes to you know, just luck, right? But mathematically, statistically, in 100 battles, what's the best way to get best gear, best march, best everything to get full advantage of all the triggers and math? And that is simply just using gear to complement your skills and the way the commander's meant to be played. Perseus Prayer. Hormaker says, important 8 views, AMG versus Chico. I gotta see this. I'm gonna skip right. Whoa, Rogers! Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up. Oh, what did I just pass through? Is it this one? Look at this Rogers. Holy bejesus. Menderbot, Perseus, Resistance, Curse, Hercules. Both running Herc. Or no, Perseus and Hercules. Interesting that the new gems are definitely getting a lot of play. So in this, Rogers always wins unless Elf runs Steam Cannon. Elf has Steam Cannon. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Elf doesn't do enough damage to kill Rogers in the round, so the Menderbot makes up for it. Holy crap. If Rogers is getting Steam Cannoned, no problem. All he has to do is throw down Menderbot, and he gets healed up at the end of the round. Oh my god, how come I didn't realize this? Are you kidding me? This is one of those things where you just go, this is such common sense. It's obvious common sense. But she has the right build. It's an HP build with tear space. That's the right build. It's not like she's trying to put Titans on the tier 12 attack troops. You know what I mean? She's complementing her skills in HP. This is the right elf build. Oh my god. And she even has some extra guaranteed hit. Are you kidding me? Wow. Wow. The day Menderbot came out, I should have realized this. Okay, our AOW saying, we tried that. It failed. Well, that makes a lot of sense to me. Because it should fail. Is there a disparity in research here? Could be that Justin just has the extra mastery, 100% stronger or something like that. I like the tier 12 defense troops in the front. I wouldn't even use the Terror Space troop. I would just use attack in the back, defense in the front. But it's decent insurance, you know. You gotta remember, Rogers also is running Hercules. So he's resisting curses and steam cannons and all types of stuff. Wow, man. Wow. Wow. So, Hormaker, it was the 7 views. AMG versus Chico. Let's see if I can find it. I just want to point out, as I look for that replay, I just want to point out that in this Galactic battle so far, we've seen the penetration build on Chico's Ghillie with Tanlang and Alcade. We've seen AMG's Orochi with defensive stance, and the thing about the Orochi build is it's not much different than the Rogers build. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing. Like, would you rather use Rogers' Tyrant Cometh in a higher defensive stance to overcome your opponents with defense? Or would you rather use Orochi's Menderbot and Corrosive Armor, like a little more offensive version of Rogers, but it's based on spell damage? Like, it's like they're the same commander because they're using each other's complementary main skills, right? Rogers is using the Menderbot, and then Orochi is using the defensive stance. Both equally hard to get, you know. It's just like Orochi is going to be more spell damage, Rogers is going to be more combat damage. I think Orochi plays better because Rogers is complicated in the current meta because you need survivability defense gear, but you also need combat damage gear. So it's like, do you run the assault shields or do you run the Alcade weapons? Do you run 1-in-1? It kind of feels gross. With Orochi, you just know that you need the shields, and it's a hard thing to experiment with and test. Any low view AMG replays are crazy. Okay. There's the AMG Chico replay. Let's watch this one. This is the one Hornmaker was talking about. Okay, Gemini non-violent resistance. Solid start. Okay. Yeah, he'll kill 500, 600. Yeah, perfect. Okay. I mean, more. He killed like 900. Got the corrosive armor. Okay, so Ghillie's going to debuff herself right now. Here's the Sagittarius Gemini. Now watch this debuff. Oh, kill 700. Nice. Okay, that was the non-violent resistance debuff landing. There was the Wings of Eternity. Another corrosive armor. He's getting really lucky with those. It's only a 30% chance, but I think he said it 3 in a row. Okay. Non-violent resistance. Here comes the debuff. And watch Ghillie. Donk. 0 damage. It removed all of his shield, right? That's interesting. The corrosive armor, did it debuff his shield? It looked like it reset it for a second there. I don't know. That's interesting. Because that tier 12 tier 12 attack troops, we always forget, they have that shield built in based on how much damage they do. Which is just a substantial shield. No one overlooks Hancock's shield. But people often overlook the tier 12 attack shield. For every damage you do, you get a shield back. It's very good. Non-violent resistance. Terror space. Those troops suck on Ghillie, man. You gotta run a lot of HP to run the tier 12 HP troops, so don't even waste your time with them. You see that? I mean, that hit did nothing. Here comes the terror space. Killed 20 units. Get out of here. Sagittarius. Non-violent resistance. That was a better hit, but look at the tear space. It's trash. 19 units. I think tear space does get full damage though on the Wings of Eternity triggers, which is interesting. Okay, so what we want to see is the corrosive armor damage. Notice how Gilly has 0 damage on the front row troops. Okay, everything's maximum. 53, 33. Okay, so watch what happens in the round 2. Absorbs it, fine. Here comes the corrosive armor. Boom! Tear space and corrosive armor. I don't think the corrosive armor hit very hard. I think it was only a couple hundred, but let's watch again. Misses. Okay, here comes the corrosive armor. Kills the whole shield and then another 300, 200. So not that big of a hit. Not that surprising. Okay, not too impressive, I should say. Alright. This is a banger of a battle. I don't like Chico's march here. I really don't like the HP troops in the back row. I don't know what his rationale for that was. Because they do nothing. They don't hit as hard as the attack troops, and the tear space is negligible damage. 10 to 20 per. I mean, better off just getting a big, solid hit. Especially against Orochi. You need big hits, not little dinky hits. Yeah, Orochi breaks through. Let's get a Kaiser replay in. Oh, sweet march. Got him. AMG versus Chico again. I don't think it's going to be any different. Except I think this is the same Orochi, but Chico had to reset. And he still beat him. Ouch. Orochi beat Gilly hard. Hard. And we know that's a good Gilly build. Airships is back, boys. Infantry is supposed to counter airships. If Gilly can't counter Orochi, that means he can't counter Rogers. Shit. So that's something that makes me question his build, right? Because I know Nonviolent Resistance Double Titans hit so hard, you can one-shot Rogers and Orochi. When you throw those Alcades in there, you get that penetration, but your high end doesn't scale very well because you're getting 0 value out of that penetration stat when Nonviolent Resistance goes off. And you need to one-shot Orochis and Rogers. You cannot let them survive a round. They're like elves. You gotta hit them hard. The whole point of Gilly is that Nonviolent Resistance skill, scaling the attack up and just ending him in one shot. If you don't, he's going to heal up. So the thing about it, though, is all around the Alcade may be a more balanced build for anyone who's not using a heal. So maybe there's a build where you just switch out double Titans and double Alcades depending on if you're going against a healing commander. Something like that, which sucks. No one wants to swap gear around. Alright, Han versus Gan. Here we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's a big Hancock. Haven't seen a lot of big Hancocks lately. Alright, let's take a look. NYC is all but off the map. They're revealed. Uh-oh. When players are just sitting there burning, I just hope they're not zeroed because some of these arcs are really big. 30 minutes left on the timer. Are they defending still? They are. Interesting. It's crazy how the marches are not like fully... I'm just amazed that 20 or 30 people aren't in the strongholds. I don't know if that's just because they're managing what's in the strongholds more aggressively. But... yeah, it's the last week before peak contest ends, so I just turned on auto, and I'm just racing up the peak contest leaderboard. I wait to the end of the month to do it now. I just like, I'll do it every day for free, but I don't turn the auto deploy on until the last week, and then I just race to the top, 100 or whatever. It works really well. Let's see. Let's go down. Let's check. We're gonna check active replays. Oh man, airships are destroying infantry. This is terrible. Come on. Oh god. Oh god. He absorbs it with a shield. Whoa. Big shield. I feel like Hancock is one of those commanders that isn't very well explored. I feel like, yeah, super immunity, very nice. Tina's super immunity, you don't see that too often, but it is a very good 4th skill. It stops being cursed and debuffed. I feel like his shield is so underrated. I mean, look at him taking these hits from Dragon Slayer with his base shield. I think it's called Feral Instinct. I know there's a way that maybe if you HP gear can just scale it up like crazy. Oh, uh-oh, he's going to lose. Wow. Decent job, though. Hormaker saying that just in replay in World Chat. Let's check this one. So Stella dual blades with tier 12 HP troops would win. No doubt about it. Destructive power, oh no. That's a decent build. Destructive powers, if you miss, you do bonus damage. It's Lady and Beast build. I like that against Gilly. I'm sorry, I like that against Stella. I don't know, though, because this Stella is running attack troops. She doesn't have any tear space damage. And, like, you don't do combat build, penetration build on Stella. Is that what she's doing? Is this a penetration build on Stella? I mean, that's not a terrible thing. It's not a terrible thing. Like, but here's the thing. So, if you go penetration build on Stella, then you need to get your damage somewhere else. It doesn't matter if you ignore 100% of their defense if you don't hit hard, right? So normally, if you have like a skill like Golem's Crush, you put penetration gear on to make it hit really hard. Like Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayer's Crushing Blow goes with penetration gear, and then she turns all that bonus damage into actual real damage by penetrating through. With Stella, she doesn't have a damage scaling skill, right? Her damage is just whatever she can muster up on her research and her gear. Wings of Eternity and Dizzy do not scale damage. So she has to get the damage from her gear, Titans. Then she has no way to break through with that gear, right? So she needs penetration. So the only way to get damage and penetration is the Alcade weapons, but it's not that much damage. It's still proper penetration, but not that much damage. But you're missing a fundamental build for combat damage. You either need penetration to scale with your combat damage, or you need combat damage to scale with your penetration. Like, remember, nonviolent resistance is a penetration skill. Stella has neither. So she can go penetration on the gear or attack on the gear and then use a 4th skill to try to make up for it. But the 4th skills aren't as good. They don't have as much penetration or as much damage. And it's a half measure. You need to be fully committed. So what does Stella do? Well, she has Wings of Eternity built in. So she doesn't have to get, a skill triggering in her 4th slot. She can get anything she wants. She can get Sniper. But most of them get Dual Blades. Dual Blades shuts down your opponent from triggering all their skills. Now it's like you get to go multiple times. You get to shut down your opponent's skills. But you're stuck with this dilemma of how do you do damage? Well, you can stack a bunch of attack, but you're not going to break through their defense. Or you can stack a bunch of penetration, and you're going to break through their defense, but you're not going to hit very hard. So the answer is tier 12 HP troops at Terror Space. Terror Space, stack a bunch of HP on yourself, use the Terror Space to do huge chunks of damage over and over and over again, and it scales nicely with Wings of Eternity. When you see people say, screw the HP tier 12 or tier 12 defense or HP build, I'll use my damage on the new weapons. It's like, hey, those new weapons are great, but you're doing something very specific and against the min-max concept of that character. So you're not going to get the results you're looking for. So that Stella replay, all to explain that Stella replay, why it was so one-sided, is because I just don't believe that synergy works. It's missing a fundamental element. Troy versus AMG, 6 views. All right, let's see. We're going down. You said Troy versus AMG? Alright, maybe it's 7 replays now? Sometimes, you click on it and that gives it a view. Are you sure it's not Tony? There's Troy, there's Tony, there's Tron. Oh, man. Let's watch a Dr. James. Whoa! Mr. Mike 06. The meme engineer. He's in TN1? What's up, Mr. Mike? I didn't know you were in TN1. Oh, shit. That's funny. All right. Guys, Mr. Mike is in TN1. He's a legend. Ah, it was Tron. Okay. Looks like all the ghillies are using penetration. Yeah, which is bad because there's a diminishing return on that penetration. A big diminishing return. Which is why the airship defense comms we're supposed to beat are now beating us. Just little things, man. It's just little things. 10% can be the difference between Orochi getting his full heal off. Wow. Hancock versus Hancock. Kind of fast forwarded that a little bit. Alright, so it was Tron versus AMG at 6 or 7 replays. I see an A-Tron replay. Let's try this one. Yeah, nothing much there. Alright, well, we are coming to the twilight of this galactic battle. I want to see, is there any other replays? I know, whoa. What the heck is that? Is that a bug? Or is that something new they added? I don't know what it is, but it's definitely taking up a bunch of resources in the game. That's for damn sure. Where's the battlefield? There it is. How crazy was that? Let's go back and look at that. Yeah. There's a base up there. Look at that. There's a base up there. I wonder if they have it set up like that just for the final. You guys seen those crazy icons? Yeah, no, it's the normal 6x6 or yeah, six battlefield grid. I think it's just a bug. TN1 holding the wall. NYC is all but dead. 18-minute remains. Dragon Slayer, Hancock, Elf, Douglas. Douglas is not a commander. That's just Dragon Slayer. Tron Subarian. So we haven't been able to see enough Elf and enough Tron. But one thing is for sure. We haven't even seen what Battlemaid can do, really. And Orochi with defensive stance or Rogers with Menderbot and Hercules is absurd. Again. Still requires airships to take a lot of damage and do a high-risk march. But if they do, and they do it right, once again, airships are on top. The real question is at the end of the Galactic Battle Season 11, who was the greatest commander of the season? Well, there's no doubt that Hancock played the biggest role, right? 90% of players out there are not boss players. 99% are not boss players. The ones that are active in Galactic Battle are also 90% not boss players. 90% of those players, of the 90%, had to run a Hancock, a sweet Hancock specifically, to defend their ship in case they were getting attacked on the wall, or to clear marches on capitals. Hancock was the MVP of the season. And I don't think that's going to change. Hancock MVP for Season 11. Most used commander. No doubt about it. I should do a video on this. But you guys are here, so we can discuss it. Help me iron out the details. Yeah. Most improved commander. Most improved commander. The commander went from being something to something else. Well, I would actually argue Rogers. Rogers is probably the most improved commander. However, that being said, I don't like the Rogers build in the current meta. I think Orochi with defensive stance is better because, as I was saying earlier, combat damage on Rogers never made a lot of sense to me. Should be running the HP Tear Space build, which is what Orochi does. So Rogers probably wins most improved, but still think Orochi's better. I think there's room to argue there. Maybe Pictor. Anyone who, I'm talking all fourth skills, right? Anyone who picked up a fourth skill that just changed the game. Elf. Problem is, Elf is still always really good. All right. Most used. Most improved. I mean, if we had to put a commander's face on Season 11, who was the most important commander of Season 11? Who defined Season 11? Who was the boss? Well, one thing's for sure. Steam Cannon Elf defined the season. And it wasn't until the last few weeks that Orochi defensive stance dethroned her. Because the big gripe against Elf has always been that she just doesn't do enough damage to kill. And now with the healing airship commander, she isn't going to be able to overcome her one bane, right? Of course, she is still vulnerable to Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayer can do some real hurting on Elf. I'm just ignoring you guys in chat. MVP, who's the best of the season? Who's most improved? All I see is Mia Khalifa. That's all I see. Mia Khalifa is MVP of the season. Just stop, Melt. Stop trying to fight it. MVP of Mia Khalifa. Make the banner. Make the announcement. Let everyone know. I think it'd be funny. 7 Pirates would be so mad. You know what I mean? Like, I could do whatever I want. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can make Mia Khalifa the MVP commander of the season. I could throw a face on it. You know what I mean? Like, she's not going to get mad, but the developers would. Because it's embarrassing, right? Like, just making a joke of their game. It's like, I don't answer to them. They have no control over me, right? Like, I can do whatever I want. I get no respect, I tell you. I get no respect. All right. MVP, definitely Elf. Most improved. That being said, I think Hubarian is probably the least utilized. That should have been utilized a lot more. I feel like he was a much better commander than he got credit for. And that's just that. And that's because you have players that have been doing the Tank Stella build and the combat damage Gilly build, and they didn't want to switch over to the penetration build. And it's like, it's not that hard to do because the Alkaid comes out, you just start switching your gear to the new Alkaid, the new Tanlang, and that's exactly what Hubarian wants. It's just that the timing of those events are spaced out. So it's like, do I pick up one of these and start switching over to Hubarian gear? I don't know. I think it all comes down to the developers doing a poor job of utilizing what the commanders can do, what they're good against, what they're weak against, and just doing a 3-minute, 5-minute video of replays and having someone like me talk about what they can do, what they can't do, where they fall short, and what kind of gear they like. 5 minutes. I mean, I kind of do it anyway on my own channel, but I don't have Orochi. Wait, do I have Orochi? I have Orochi. I don't have Battle Made. They want me to spend $600 to get Battle Made. You know what I mean? Like, a new commander's coming out. It's important they announce it. It's important players spend. What's the most important thing you do? Like, you're about to drop a new product. You want everyone to know about it. You want people to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You need to convince them that this commander doesn't suck, right? That's, like, very important. Otherwise, people are just going to look at it and go, I kind of like my Rogers build. Moving on. If you don't convince those players to spend the $400 to $600, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. They're not going to do it on a whim. You need to take some time, a couple of weeks minimum, right? Because you got thousands and thousands of dollars into the art and character development and design, and it's going to change the way the game is going. You need to broadcast what this commander can do. And I do think they actually made a real shitty video, which actually convinced people not to get her. You need to reach out to someone like me. So I can actually shut everyone up and say, listen, everyone sit down. Here's what she does. Here's what she doesn't do. Here's what the gear looks like. Here's where you're going to fall short. Here's where it's going to be good. Here's the answer to the current meta. That's what you need. And anyway, my battle with 7 Pirates and how to promote their game is over. It's done. I'm done with that shit. I'm done trying to work with them, do contracts with them. They're fucking impossible. I'm so done with them. They don't deserve my time. It's over. But that's why this game continues to falter and fail. That's why things like this happen, is because their communication is fucking terrible. They're terrible to work with. They're stubborn. They're rude. They're dishonest. They're just everything you hate about a game developer. They've got it, man. Greedy. I don't give a shit, man. I'll say it all. Fuck you, 7 Pirates. How's that? Yeah, it's just like they're just bad, man. They've ruined their community. Remember that Arc Wars 7 Pirates YouTube channel? Remember that? Their whole thing was to have basically people work for free, and they'll give them free in-game items to make them YouTube videos. It's like, do you realize what it takes to do this? When you have guys like me and Uberox who literally spent years and thousands of dollars to get the equipment to do this stuff at a high enough level. I mean, just the equipment alone is a couple $1,000s, and there's wear and tear on the equipment. But to do it every day, and to be an expert at your game, not just a fucking novice, man. We literally spend hours a day. And then to expect us to just do it for free? Like, bro, come on. For real? You want 1 video? Fine. You want 3 videos a week? Get out of here. You're crazy. You're crazy. So, it's just the greed, man. Just the greed is absurd. In this galactic battle, in the last hour and 20 minutes, someone in my guild has spent $1,900. There's no shortage of money here. I don't know how much the Google servers cost, but it's not $1,900 an hour. Let me tell you that. Don't yell too loud. They might take away my account. I don't think they can really do that. I mean, I'm sure they could, but that'd be funny. That'd be funny. What, they don't like criticism? What? Shut me down. Silence me for telling everyone the truth. Dissenting opinions. You know what I mean? Like what? Yeah, it's been a disaster working with them, man. It's been the most disappointing thing because there's just zero respect, zero appreciation. It's like, we say thank you. It's like, bro, I'm not looking for a thank you. You literally want me to work for free. I'm like, and this has been going on for days, weeks. It's been years I've been doing this. And it's not just me. It's like all the other content creators. You guys notice Big Skillet, Deranged, Uberox, Badger. I mean, there's a few other small-time creators. They're not doing it anymore. They're not doing it anymore. You know? And it's like, why do I keep doing it? I still enjoy it. I still think it's a fascinating game. I've always enjoyed just the absurdity of this game. Like, I get mad at the developers, but it's like, it's not new. I knew they were like this when I started. You know what I mean? But I work in the industry. I know how these things work out, these relationships work out. And they're not playing by those rules. And it's just destined for failure. And usually games that behave the way they do, game developers that behave like this, they either launch a new product and everyone forgets. That's a really good new product and everyone forgets about it. Or they just disappear and they get replaced by the next big thing. You know, you look at games like PUBG or Fortnite, you know, they're just a dime a dozen theme style games. Arc of War is bringing something a little different because of the pay to win element. It's hard to get away from it, but instead of like a 6-month or 2-year turnover, it's going to be a 6-year or 10-year turnover. Anyway, yeah, I don't care, dude. 7 Pirates doesn't clearly appreciate what I do, and they've made it very clear that like they're willing to allow me to some level of like, we support you, but not in the way that makes any sense. Nothing financially, nothing like here's early access, like I can poke them and prod them for things here and there, but it's like I don't even like doing that anymore, because you might just be like, well, Melt, if you want to try Battlemade so much, why don't you approach them? Oh, it's like, oh, I do. I have been. I've been going to them every time they announce a commander and go, you didn't want to tell me there's a new commander? You didn't want to tell me so that I had a day or two? You don't want to give me access to a server so I can actually do the research and launch it with you? It's a new product launch. And I'm the last to know? I'm the biggest voice you got. I literally am in every country worldwide that speaks English. I represent a player base that spends $300,000 to $500,000 a month. And they don't want to tell me that. And then I ask them. And then I got to go through these fucking hurdles, man. These hurdles. And I'm like, why am I emailing you at 9 o'clock at night this bullshit? Send me the shit or I'm not going to do it. And I'm doing it for free, ? Fuck that, dude. I'm sorry, man. I'm jaded by these people. So, yeah. Yeah, the sheer level of disrespect is absurd, man. It's so bad. I've done a great job of not just going off on them in the past, but I'm so proud of myself for that. I'll just pat myself on the back. But I just am done, man. That's why the whole point of this channel is like, now at this point, I just enjoy the madness and the community and the players, the people in this chat, the Patreon that pays for it. I don't need YouTube money, right? I don't need 7 Pirates money. Patreon covers it. You know, it's not as much as I'd like, not as much to do all the projects I want, but you know what? It's a lot more than most people have for their gaming communities, and it's enough. So I'm not gonna, like say like, it's all a mess. It's not. I like doing it. I think it's fun. That's why I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday when I was up till, I don't know, midnight doing dad stuff last night, and I still got to work today. You know. I'd like to have shown my commitment better by being up at 4:30, but that's okay. We're going to make it, guys. We're doing the best we can. We're doing the best we can. Anyway, there's 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left on this Galactic Battle, and TN1 will be announced. The winners of Galactic Battle Season 11. Season 11 Galactic Battle champions are going to be TN1. Chico, top of the list. Congratulations. NYC, absolute, honorable, effort. Just amazing. I think NYC is a wonderfully large, organized, and social guild. But I do need to point out, I hate you, Kirky Kirkham. I do point that out, too. Fucking OnlyFans. Okay. I got a whole theory about OnlyFans. I'm pretty sure it's for like girls in high school that are hot, that have all these simps that followed her around on her Instagram through her whole like last 6 years. And she's like, why don't I just make a little money off of this now that I'm 18? Charge these losers to see pictures of more than me in my bikini. I think it's smart. Like, I'm not against it. Like, I'm very much for girls doing that. Like, listen, you have this product and you're like, my body's not a product. Okay, then stop doing makeup. Like, embrace it for what it is. Own it while you can. You're going to find a lot of 50, 60, 70-year-old women that don't want to say it because they're your grandma, but their friends might tell you the truth. Like, honey, if you got it, make some money off it. You'll thank yourself later that you if you got it, flaunt. Anyway, NYC, Legendary Guild. Man, these tangents. These are bad tangents, boys. You guys have been taking me down a road. It's too early in the morning. Severed all relationships with 7 pirates. Convinced teenage girls to make OnlyFans. What was the one before that? I think there was one more ridiculous thing I was saying. Why do you guys... Fuck, man. Why do you guys let me do this? I need a moderator. I need a moderator to buzz me when I start going off like this. Anyway, I was about to say how much I loved Gan. Gan is bae. We love Gan. He's definitely like everyone's favorite player in the game, right? Gan, Gan, everyone. Our Singaporean hunk. If you look at the previous seasons, you will notice a disappointing trend for NYC. I'm going to say this. NYC did win Season 7. Okay, so they didn't win this season. They won Season 7. NYC has always made it to the final top 8, top 4. ALD versus AXR. ALD versus GBD. CHB versus NYC. So NYC runner-up Season 3. WoW runner-up Season 2. Dream. Okay. I was going to say NYC is like the king of silver, but they actually have a win and now 2 silvers, which is respectable. If they had like 3 silvers, that'd be sad. I shouldn't be talking because Win got 2nd place last season and I don't know, 3rd or 4th place this season. We'll see tomorrow. This is called the live stream. Mia Khalifa's not a rapper. Just change the name of it. Okay, Whoremaker. That's the name of the guy. That's the name of the guy. Now I remember. Misco, shame on you. Shame on you. What if you find out, like, you thought you were this beautiful thing, and you thought you were so much everything, boy or girl, doesn't matter, and then the day comes, you make your OnlyFans, and you take your first picture of your of your poop shoot, and you find out you don't have a cute butt. Oh, what am I talking about? Hey, Mom. Sometimes my mom watches my channel. Gotta be careful, man. Actually, my mom, she's the one that got me started on all this nonsense. My dad, he's the real tough one. All right. Are we done here? I think we are. I think we got 3 really important bits of information. Gilly with penetration kind of is amazing, but you got to watch out for defense comms that heal. All right, standard business there. Elf and Orochi. Rogers with Menderbot, sure. Orochi with defensive stance is an absolute monster. HP, Terror Space, yeah, it's absurd. I don't have the individual replay shared. If somebody wants to be a hero and save the individual replays real quick just for this, just to send them into me so I can use them for videos so I don't have to cut them out of this live stream, that would be amazing. And then, yeah, Rogers Orochi, I mean, absolutely fantastic this season. They really saved it for airships. I guess we kind of talked crap the whole time about them, but the truth was it wasn't just Dragon Slayer. It was really Orochi and Rogers. But to be fair, Orochi and Rogers, you couldn't get defensive stance level 30 on Orochi until like a couple weeks ago, like maybe even last week, because there wasn't a release Rogers event. And then for Orochi, he wasn't available until a month ago, 6 weeks ago. So Rogers couldn't just grab a level 30 Mender bot. It was very expensive. So they just really popped up in the last few minutes here, which we knew. Like, coming out when the 4-skill launch, Sleep Bomb was going to be amazing right off the start because it was accessible. The airships didn't have a lot of skills right away. And that's it. TN1 wins. TN1, Galactic Battle Finals champion, Season 11. Congratulations, TN1. Any relation to TNB? You know what I mean? Like, there's, okay, DZG, WIN, CAD, FBI. I don't know who TN1 is. They might be... So I know that there's a couple of guilds that share their player pool depending on what side of the bracket they're on. And they might be one of those super guilds that just has players migrate over for the Galactic Battle. One of like 4 major guilds. But, yeah. So that was pretty much it. We did get to see some cool stuff. I didn't get the individual replays. If anyone saves the individual replays of Chico's Gilly versus... Oh, who was he good against? Was it Rogers? Elf, maybe? I think it was Elf, yeah. AMG's Orochi, and then Justin's Roger. That would be great. That would be great. Or if we can get there, if we can do interviews with either one of them. In fact, all 3 of those guys. Chico, AMG, Justin. If you're watching this live stream, hit me up. Let's do an episode of Zentown Heroes. We'll do like a commander deep dive and what you found about those commanders in this season and what do you expect to change and what you're most afraid of. Let's do that, because I think the Zentown Heroes are one of the funner parts of this channel because it documents the players and the history of the game. Anyway, believe it or not, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., our guild is going to be competing in the losers match for 3rd place, Galactic Battle Season 11. So if you want to watch that, I will live stream that. I think I intend to live stream that. Yeah, just for an hour or so. We're going to be playing against CHN, which should be a very good match. As far as I know, we are going for it. So, yeah, full speed ahead. All right, Misko said I sent you one. So if anyone else can save the replays, it's too late now, I guess. I mean, I have this video saved if I really need to. The problem is that when I want to share a video from the live stream, and I'm like commentating over the video from the live stream, there's also another melt in there going blah 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 blah. So it's like I have to like mute myself and then pretend like I'm not there. It's complicated. All right. Is that it? Did I miss any shout outs? Any donations I missed? Anyone subscribe? Did we hit our goal? Our member subscription? No, we didn't. Hold on. There's a thing I have. I don't think it's set up right. Oh, the alert box wasn't open. Oh, that sucks. Alert box. Streamlabs. Man, Streamlabs is weird. You have to like open up an actual alert box in your Internet Explorer or Google or whatever. Otherwise, when you go to get an alert or whatever, if you don't have the little thing open, it doesn't play on Streamlabs. That sucks. So I had that messed up. I can't do everything, man. I need to figure out this donation subscriber box. Subscription goal. What is this based on? I don't even know where it's sourced from. Alright, we're just going to end that. Release a commander. Oh, I guess we should. And then we'll end it. Alright. We'll do a release, and then we'll end it. Alright, and there's the alert box.
This is a test donation for $61.
It works. Okay, it does work. Sorry, maybe it was on. Melt alert. He's going to post a video again. I don't know what you mean. All right, here we go. We got to release a commander. There's no special commanders in the release, right? So you guys just got to pick one. Return of Black. Actually, Black is in the release event. But you only get him from doing release 10. I don't know. I mean, there's so many commanders to choose from, right? Like, I didn't say kid all stream until me and Mr. Mike said it at the exact same time. We didn't see the King Overdrive build. It's actually quite a good build. Yeah, disappointing. I really think that build has a great place in the meta with the Tanling and Alcade, but it is what it is. Nekajiro kind of fell off, you know, and no surprise there. Gilly kind of replaced him as she was supposed to. Kakarot. I don't know, man. I think Kakarot's my favorite commander. I don't know why. I just like the idea of a shark living inside of a bubble, you know, to like be in water while he's out of water. It's like the opposite of the humans, and it's like, oh, that's so simple, Melt. You're not a very bright guy, Melt. And it's like, well, you're very observant, but yeah, I like the little things, you know. I like silly things like that. Kakarot. Me and Hormaker got Kakarot. Who else? Misko Kakarot. All right. Anyone else for Kakarot? Oh, should we give something away? What should we give away? I don't know. All right, it's going to be something small. We'll do something small. I haven't figured out what the next Patreon gift is. I was going to do another mug, but the thing about Patreon is whenever I make a new gift, all the existing patrons get the gift, right? So the mug club, you join the $15, you get the mug and all the sticker packs and all the welcome letters. And the problem is that I'm out of mugs. So if I make a new mug, I got to ship that mug to all the patrons, which is kind of something I'm looking forward to because I like to send out something once a month to the patrons for supporting the channel. So it's like, I'm okay with it, but I also don't want to send them another mug, right? But I like to have the mug because new people like something generic that they can use every day, and the mugs are actually pretty good quality. As opposed to like a hat. Not a lot of people wear hats, you know, as opposed to a scarf. Not a lot of people wear scarves or a mouse pad. There's so many different things that are like merchable. Mugs are just generally great. So if I do a mug, I'm going to send out another mug to patrons who already have a mug. I'm working on that. So we're kind of in between merch right now. I owe one person a mug. If you guys have ideas of what I should do next, should I do okay? So I do this thing called the Zenith series, right? Remember the Champions of 8 and the Lilith mouse pads, and number 10 was I didn't make number 10 yet. So maybe number 10 will be the Patreon gift. I just don't know what it is. I don't know if it should be we did a banner, we did a mouse pad. I like the idea of doing a tumbler. Because I really like the tumblers. I like having like ice in a water bottle that lasts all day. It's a very underrated thing. If you don't use a tumbler, try it again. It's amazing to have ice cold water all day, no matter where you go, even in a hot car. Like I'll leave my water in my car. It'll be hot, 100 degrees outside. And I'll come back 3 hours later and I'll still have ice in it. Thank you, Serenity. You're amazing, by the way, for sending me that. Kakarot coasters. Coasters are cool, man, but I don't think it's like... Unfortunately, the Patreon thing is like, some people just like, I want to support Melt. I want him to make videos to the game I play. I don't want him to go away. Here's $15. Thank you, Melt. Some people are like that. Okay. Other people are like, Melt's going to make these videos for free. I'm not going to give him any money unless I get something, and I want the something to be worth it. So I don't know if coasters is enough draw for those people. You know what I mean? Like, I like the coasters. They're cheap, something fun to do. Is it a big enough element to make it a thing? All right. Rizel saying Neko. QB saying Luna. Kobear saying, kid. A lot of Kakarots out there. You need a Stella pad with wrist rests. Mike, you're disgusting. You're disgusting, but I like your mind. I like your mind. He's saying, like, use, like, a Stella avatar for a mouse pad, and then her boobs as, like, a silicone pad for your wrist. Like an anime girls. That's so gross. That's so gross, man. All right. Winners, I'm just going to do the official melt pin. That's it. Maybe like a little congratulations letter, maybe some stickers and a bumper sticker. Maybe I'll throw a little couple extras in, but we're just gonna do the pins. We still got a handful of these to let go of. All right, last calls on the commander. Kid, Rock, Neko, Eastwood. Wow, Greg going with the Eastwood. I kind of want to see Eastwood now, but I know it's gonna be Kakarot because I feel like I've ascended. You know what I mean? Like I know what the game is gonna give me before it happens. Also, I started reading Dune, so I can't believe I never read that. They have a movie coming out. It's supposed to be good. I saw the movie as a kid, the old one. Anyway. Mr. Mike is not a man of culture. No, he's a weeb. He's a weeb. Oh, God, I guess they would say that. Meme lords. Fucking nerds. That's why I call my guys meme engineers, because I've never heard anyone else say that. And there's like a crafty artness to it without being weird. All right, Hormaker's got Vega. All right, last call, guys. Last call for commanders. Spit them out, 10 seconds, and we're going to release. And then we're going to call it a morning. That sounds right. Yeah, call it a morning so I can get to work. All right, 7:32. Couple more seconds, guys. All right, last call, and then we're releasing. All right, here we go. Done. 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 Don't be merry. Don't be merry. I hate this game. I hate this game. I hate this game. I hate the developers. I hate this game. I hate this commander. Just when I was like, I'm starting to know this game. I love the community. I love the new stuff I'm building. There's this polarity shift back to, fuck this game. Fuck this commander. I hate you guys sometimes. I do. I don't know how this... You know what? I know how. I did this. I know why. I know why a kid gets thrown in my face all the time. You make your own memes. That's the truth, man. People have a tendency to just regurgitate, right? What you say. It's part of the game. The more I talk about something, the worse it gets. I got to be real careful. Kakarot, though. Kakarot's my dude. All right. Who do I owe a pin to? Kobear, email me, meltfromt@gmail.com. Or you can hit me up on line. In the description of any of my videos, you can find my line ID or my email address. Just email me your return shipping address or an address, and I will send a pin to whomever, wherever you like. Kirky Kirkham, I hate this game. I'll be back tomorrow. It's like golf, man. All right. I had a great time with you guys. I hope you guys understand now what it's like to be in my shoes in a modern age with being a video game community organizer / influencer / I don't know what the frick this is, but it's a good time. I always enjoy this. So anyway, it's always an honor too. Like this, don't take this the wrong way. I actually absolutely love doing this. I wouldn't have got up at 5 a.m. on a Thursday to do this if it wasn't fun for free, right? There's no money in this. A few people did donate, which I do greatly appreciate. Thank you very much. But you know, I'm not a kid anymore. I've got a real job. I got real things to spend my time on. I only do this because I love it. I love spending with you guys. And it's an honor. It's an honor, too, because I used to watch these Galactic Battle Finals and go over the meta and these replays and ask myself all these questions and not have as much knowledge as I do today. And I had no one to bounce ideas off of. Over the years, and I always say this, over the years, over the weeks, over the months, the channel has grown, the community has grown, the battles have grown, the knowledge has grown. We've all grown together so that now, on a Thursday morning on September 24th of 2020, we can sit down and we can all act like civilized adults and watch players spend tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars and battle it out on a simulated battlefield that has no real weight. There's no real... It's all just bragging rights, and we're just here for the ride because we signed on for this thing and we never left, and until there's a reason, we're still here. So it's an honor to hang out with you guys. I don't want you guys to take that for granted, and neither do I. It took a long time to have this opportunity to stream it with 60 other people from around the world. So... Wait. Tyrant's a little behind the stream. Tyrant just popped up with a rock guess. You guys, if it doesn't say live, that means you accidentally paused it or something, or you wanted to pause it. So you have to refresh the whole video or just keep catching up. But the chat will stay live. So if you're 3 minutes behind and you post something in chat, it posts it as if it's live. So yeah, that way if you have to go back, you can keep up with the conversation. But fantastic Tyrant King 001. Good timing there. Horrormaker, you've been excellent this stream. Thanks for sharing it. Thanks for keeping me on top of the replays and moderating chat. So, well, guys, let's and girls, let's get to work. We got a day ahead of us here. Thursday. It's not exactly Friday. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Win live stream and meme review. Probably double video day. How exciting! How exciting! All right, that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.